Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. New year, new us, and no same us. We're back after almost a 3-week hiatus. But the thing is, the way the calendar fell, we played Christmas versus the 49ers. Then New Year's happened to be on a Monday. And you got to take that time and spend it with the ones you love and do the things you need to do. But we back. We back. And people was asking me, what's up with the roundup? Where y'all been? And is it coming back?
It's
No,
vacation.
man, it's vacation time.
It's holidays. Yeah.
Chill.
We
Chill.
did
Chill.
try. We talked a
Like,
couple
why
times
y'all
about
ain't been at work?
yeah.
You
Right. We start pulling up to your jobs. Where you at?
Right.
Right.
No, we tried. We talked a couple of times about trying to put something together, but yeah, we're just look, it's the holidays. You spend time with family, and it was just hard to do.
Right, exactly. Because we was trying to get together and was like, you know what? Just let's just do our family thing and go from there. It wasn't no big thing. It wasn't no big thing because that's more important anyway.
Absolutely.
That's more important anyway. And I Hendo, were you who came on with me to do this 49ers game? Was that you?
That's Hendo.
Yeah. Me and Hendo was on for the 49ers game. We had a bunch of laughs and jokes, and then for the what was that? The Dolphins game, it was me and I think I did it by myself. I think I did the Dolphins game by
yourself and
myself.
I. You yourself and you.
Yeah. And
It
then
was all you.
last night it was me. Well, not last night. I almost shouldn't even did
Saturday
that.
night.
That shit was whack. That shit was super whack. But
Yeah.
we thugged it out.
But look, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you all are following the whole conglomerate here, okay, because we move like Wu-Tang, okay.
Mhm.
Wu-Tang got a bunch of artists on there, right? You get all of them. You get Method Man, you get Raekwon, you get Ghostface, you get all their albums. It's the same thing here. All you gotta do is subscribe. You don't even have to spend money. All you have to do is subscribe. Subscribe to all of our channels, and you would have seen us throughout the holidays because we put out little things here and there. All right. So even when Wu-Tang doesn't put out the whole album, you get Wu-Tang members doing separate things.
You get features is what they call them.
Yes, yes.
And what you don't realize, or what you should realize, is that the Wu-Tang thing kind of is really in effect on Wednesday when I do my little Q&A. Because if you realize the Q&A starts at a strategically placed time. It's like the opening act. Like the opening act for lunch.
Right.
I'm the warm-up show for lunch break hot take. And what I've been doing is starting that Q&A at 6:45 and just taking you right on into lunch break hot take show at 7:15. Got it so much that you don't even have to click a button. As soon as I end my stream, it transitions you right on over.
There you go.
To their show at 7:15. So that's what we all work together, we all move in unison, and that's what you get over here. You get good takes from all of us. And first of all, while we speaking on good takes, shout out to Mike coaching right now. So I know how that is. I know the time it takes. So shout out to you, Mike, for doing your thing with the kiddos out there. And get well soon to Chris. Chris will be back soon. Chris. So how was y'all break, man? How was y'all break?
It was great. Especially Christmas.
Yes,
for sure. I was kind of sort of ready to go to work. Like I felt like I was ready to go to work. And we had them 2 days without kids, and then today with the kids, I was like, nah, I really wasn't ready to go back to
work. Wasn't ready.
But unfortunately, due to weather, we got a day off tomorrow. So it's just
really,
we can't go to work when the wind blow.
It's crazy.
Hey, I take it.
That's crazy. They used to make us walk to school in 5 feet of snow.
I ain't that old.
They really did. That's not even old. They
not really even that old. They made us do that.
I ain't that old.
All right, Uncle Rico.
So again, to talk about Saturday is not what the work was that, man. This man ain't ran the ball all year long.
Oh,
what's going on?
Mike Penn ran the ball. But anyway,
they scored on the next play, but there's a flag.
Oh, okay. Keep me up to date. I don't care if I'm behind. Last week's game ain't really much to talk about. We lost the game to Steelers. We put us in that last quarter of a 4-1. But what I really want to hit on real briefly is the 2 game span where we played what was supposed to be the 2 two of the really good teams in the NFL, and most importantly, that 49ers game, because we hadn't talked, which really was the two best teams.
Oh, I'm sorry, Coach. Before I meant start before we got going. I know this past weekend was a loss, but we're this is making it for lost time here. Okay,
I ain't prepared.
I ain't even prepared. Me neither.
I got
I
you.
ain't prepared.
I got you. Bam, salute. Oh, look at that clean glass. Look at that.
I ain't prepared. I sent out a challenge the other day.
Defensive holding.
Touchdown.
So 17-10.
Let's go, Washington. Let's go, UW. Let's go. But I appreciate you, Jose, for holding down the 4-4s because I was ill prepared. I still had L in my brain.
I almost didn't bring this, but I'm like, no. We have to definitely toast it up for the
but you know what?
Boys.
You know what? Y'all didn't see it because we were, on break, whatever. But that challenge got worked overtime over this Christmas break for me.
It did.
That's not got worked overtime. I put that joint to use. So
Patreon.com/sip2tally is how you get one of these right here. Okay?
I put that joint to use, and it wasn't water.
It wasn't. Look, it's so funny. Is one time Coach had to refill his glass, and then he went to go take a sip. He's like, "Damn, I did it twice." Oh well, because it was we was whipping tail then.
Yeah, we was. We was on their head that day. On their head. But let's talk about that 49er game. Jose, what was your biggest takeaway from that night? Just take your mindset back to that 49er game. What was your biggest takeaway from that night?
All right. First of all, great night. I mean, first of all, it's Christmas. We spend time with family. Busy night for me because I had to drive around, pick up kids, drop off kids, and whatnot. And I was actually at Rodney's house, trying to get back to my house, which is like an hour away. Our older brother was there, who is a 49ers fan. And we're watching it. We're watching with our dad and my son. And my son was talking big trash. He was talking big trash to our brother, to our older brother, man. And it was hilarious. And I'm trying to leave, and I gotta help, put toys together. I gotta, do something on my other son's computer. I'm like, man, I gotta get out of here because I'm trying to get back home by halftime. But the game started, and I just couldn't take my eyes off of it. So I ended up staying there watching the whole game. But the biggest takeaway was that we're just more physical than everybody. I thought this was going to be one of those vintage Ravens Steelers games because look, the 49ers are tough. I know we blew them out, but that's a tough team. And I expected it to be, just a physical game. But, the AFC North is just a different type of physical than everybody else. And, teams like San Francisco, Dallas and all them, they in the NFC, pretty much when they face us, it's something they haven't experienced before, and it shows on the field.
Biggest takeaway for me is the fact that we caught, especially you, Coach, caught so much flack about saying that Brock Purdy was not the MVP. He was kind of sort of a system quarterback. And then for him to go out and have 4 interceptions in the first half, should have had 6, to be quite honest with you. Just for that to happen and us to show them, everybody tried to make excuses like, oh, no, he just had a bad game. No, he had his full complement of weapons. They tried to say Trent Williams was out the game. He didn't go out the game till the middle of the fourth quarter. Right. So just for that, and like Jose said, they thought they were the bullies. Every time they play the Dallases, the Phillies, the NFC teams, everybody said that San Francisco is bullying these teams because they beat teams like we beat them. But we showed them, and even Cleveland and Cincinnati to that extent, their defense bullied the 49ers, all 3 of them. So the NFC,
3 of what?
Of the 4.
3 of their 4 losses from AFC North teams.
Yep. So we showed them what real physicality was. And I think for me, the best thing was the adjustment that we made on George Kittle, because he was killing us in the first quarter. So I'm just glad that we made an adjustment offensively and defensively to kind of take that game over.
Yeah.
B?
Kind of going along with what Hendo said, Brock Purdy's a fraud. The weapons, CMC, Debo, Kittle, IU, they are the truth.
Yes.
And the biggest takeaway for me is, Lamar has taken that next step to being the best player in the league. Because, and just not just against the 49ers, right? But you saw it again the next week against Miami. Like, defenses just don't know what to do with them. They've got no answer.
Yeah.
He's taking that next step, that passing next step, and he don't have to run as much. But when he runs, it's so effective because you have to defend down the field him throwing the ball now. So that his running lanes are wide open. So he ain't taking a lot of those cheap shots. I can almost count on my finger the number of design QB runs that we ran over the past 3 weeks because it has not been very many. And he's still getting adequate rushing yards, safe rushing yards.
Yeah.
Man, he juked Fred Warner from about 10 yards away.
I didn't realize he pointed at him.
You know what it is?
Shortly that same play, when he pointed at him, he was running back toward the middle.
Yep.
Other guys started running toward the middle. Lamar didn't even go that way. Yeah. He took off that way and Lamar just went to the middle. He was like he was already anticipating him like going. He scares people.
Yeah, the first 2 or 3 years in the league, he was so electrifying. I mean, it just messes with the psyche of a defense, right? Because you have all this highlight. It wasn't like 1 or 2 games. Like you have all this highlight tape of him doing this to defenders. So that's how you try to anticipate him running, and he doesn't even run full speed, and you're just trying to anticipate where he goes, and just a little juke or whatever, and you're falling over because you're overcommitting one way, or he doesn't run at all. That's the scariest part now is you think he's going to run. He takes a little stutter step, and then the whole this side of defense is shifting over, trying to get in position to tackle him, and he just tosses it to a wide open receiver. Right. That's the part of this game that I've been waiting for them to open up.
Yeah, and listen to that point, and we've been saying this for several seasons now. We're not GMs, we're not offensive coordinators, and I think with the advent of them prioritizing the pass and actually getting them more weapons, I think this game was a microcosm of the culmination of everything that came up. Because if you watch the beginning of that game, Joey Bosa was standing there rushing Lamar, and he stopped in his tracks and just looked at him because he was like, "Is he going to pass it? Is he going to run it? I can't risk running up and him just getting past me." So I think with us having a steady passing game now, that just opened things up even more. Like teams aren't rushing Lamar like they used to because they don't know what he's going to do.
Right, they got that. I don't know if it's a muddle rush, but it's like a slow rush where you got to stay in your lane because if you go past him, he step up and get out.
Coach, Joey Bosa was 7 yards behind him, and he stopped. Like he wasn't doing it. He stopped like this. Like I don't know where he's going. What you want me to do? I'm not looking stupid. It's Monday Night Football.
And you know what's different? Because TJ Watt would have to do the same thing, but he didn't have to do that with Snoop in the game Sunday. He could just do his normal thing because it's not the same threat.
Ain't nobody got to do a goddamn thing with Snoop in the game.
Snoop can't throw 10 yards down the field.
Look. I'm gonna defend Snoop just a tiny bit once we get to that game, just a tiny bit. Okay, when we get there, we
gonna get there real quick. Dolphins game. Dolphins game. Revenge game for the
defense.
The defense really. And it's really crazy. I think 2 people really took that game extremely personal. Kyle Hamilton, Mike McDonald. Because those were the 2 guys that I really think felt like got exposed last year when they had the big comeback. Those were the 2 guys that really Kyle Hamilton did. Kyle Hamilton was one of the guys that blew that coverage.
No, he played last week. Hamilton
didn't play versus the Dolphins?
No, Kyle Hamilton was out last week.
Yeah, he was out. It was we had a few people out in that game.
Yeah, him, Brandon Stevens, those 2 were out.
Brandon Stevens out, and then Marlon went out early.
Yeah, he always goes out.
Yeah, because we had to start Rock Ya-Sin.
Yep.
Rock did start versus Tyreek. Sure did.
Sure
did.
And
speaking of Rock,
Marlette had to play.
Speaking of Rock.
Darby.
Yes, Darby.
Speaking of Rock,
he got cut.
How big of a waste of money was that?
I'm not gonna say. Somebody trying to tell y'all.
Listen, man.
I mean,
Look,
And he got decent
making
money
no
too. He got decent money that
He
could
got a
have
couple. He got a couple mil. He got a couple mil.
Did he get a
He
couple
ain't
mil?
get minimum.
Oh wow!
He ain't
Listen,
get
Like
minimum.
y'all don't waste a couple mil on half your roster every goddamn year.
listen, man. Listen.
How much
Brodney,
Nick Boyle making
you
right
do
now?
have a point, Brodney.
It's like I said,
3
look,
mil. 3 mil.
what do I call that, B? Fast food.
Mhm.
Right? When at the end of the month, you're like, where did my money go? And you start looking at all the times you went to McDonald's and Chick-fil-A. You're just like, oh, but but I got value for my meal for that moment.
That's expendable income.
That's
You look at that
fast
statement
food.
and like, what? But I thought, I don't know why I thought Kyle. What game did Kyle get hurt in? He got hurt versus the 49ers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Because he came in, went out, came back in.
Gotcha. Well, my bus. Well, for Mike anyway, then. I was just going to say Mike because that was the game where we felt like Mike was in over his head and yada. But how'd y'all feel about that game versus the Dolphins?
Felt great. So I told this story on our stream after the game. I was coming from, I think I was coming from B's house.
Boy, you be driving.
Driving, right?
You got
No, I wasn't
radio or something?
I was-
Sirius
I
radio
wasn't-
or something in your car?
So I was looking to the local radio. I wasn't coming from B's house. No, I was taking April to drop off her truck, right? Or pick it up from the mechanic. And I was like, all right, let's go now because I'm the game's going to start, but I can get back by second quarter. And I'm listening to 98 Rock. That's where I can hear Rob Woodson and the good Jerry Sandusky, right? And just in order, like just boom, 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 right? Close to my neighborhood, listening. It's the score is 14-13. And April calls me on the phone. She's like, hey, I'm gonna get some gas, whatever. I was like, all right, cool. Hangs up. When she hangs up, we scored a touchdown. Right? We scored a touchdown. I was like, man, I missed it. That was a touchdown to I believe it was Zay Flowers. That 75-yard bomb. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm pulling up to the house. I literally just pull to the house, get inside the house, turn on the TV, interception. Missed the interception. So I'm like, all right, then just go on commercial break. I got some stuff in the laundry. I just need to throw it in the dryer real quick. I throw it in the dryer, come back upstairs, another touchdown I missed. This is all within the 2 minutes. I said, I'm missing everything.
Well, you
So
was bobbing and weaving.
Yeah. I mean, that's how fast they move within that 2 minutes before the half. And I mean, from there, I knew that was going to be a blowout. Everybody knew it was going to be a blowout.
B. Hendo, what y'all think about that Dolphins game?
It was outstanding. I saw Pepe Williams. I didn't even know he was real. I saw 22. I was like, what? Go ahead, son. Get your money.
I just saw him in the game last week. Well, Saturday.
Yeah,
Like,
but I mean, listen,
Touched the ball. He touched the ball Saturday.
Did he?
Punt return.
Oh, okay.
Twice.
Pepe,
yeah. When they took Tyler, when they put Tyler in to play receiver, Pepe was punt return Saturday.
Okay.
How much your all-pro punt returner Devin Duvernay making, Hendo? You over here
$4 million. $4 million.
He's hurt, man.
Even though he still wasn't doing anything. Tyler Wallace came in and did more than Duvernay did. Like, Duvernay wouldn't even take the ball out. He would just stand there and fair catch everything. At least Duvernay trying.
You see how quick we throw away our players. He was an all-pro last year.
Jose, I've been trying to throw him away for 2 years.
Man, hope you don't do talent like this. Y'all
It's
gonna
not even. But it wasn't about.
But see how you talk about Tyler when Chris ain't here?
I'm just saying.
Listen,
listen. It wasn't even about Devin Duvernay. It was about the fact of the rule changes, how they were changing the rules versus kick and punt return, which is kind of making him null and void. It wasn't about him personally.
Right.
How do you make him null and void? He was damn near your number one receiver, I heard. The year before.
All right. Saturday's game. Saturday's game. I got one question. Well, two questions. First thing I did when I was on stream, I asked because it was conflicting issues on stream. People were mad because we weren't winning, and then people were like myself were kind of indifferent because we, for the most part, stay healthy. And so I put like a poll. I was like, in order of importance, do you one want to win the game, or do you two want to get out of this as healthy as possible? Nobody in the put a one there. Everybody pretty much was two. But then toward the end of the game, there were people that were upset because they felt like we weren't trying to win the game. So I personally don't care about the fact that we lost the game, but there are some aspects of the game that bother me a little bit. How do you feel? First off, like, do you care that we won or lost the game?
No, Hendo cares because we had a meeting at work today about Hendo's team losing.
No.
They called a special meeting.
They called a
to
meeting.
laugh at Hendo.
Right. We don't normally have meetings. Then a meeting pops up, and I'm like, "Yo, what's up?" They're like, "We just want to say ah." I'm confused. I'm like, "What?" But they're like, "Yes, ah."
They said we had some issues with Hendo. He been talking a lot of shit.
I mean,
no, listen, I don't care, and nobody should care. We locked at the number 1 seed. Lamar didn't start. First of all, if Lamar doesn't start the game, there should be no expectation of winning the game. Okay. And they set a bunch of starters. And, this is where I'm going to defend Huntley a little bit. I mean, they called a vanilla game like it was preseason, right? They weren't really trying to do too much. No, Tyler Huntley, I don't think is that talented, right? He's nothing special. But, when you're calling the vanilla players like that, just check it down, get out of there healthy. You're not going to look great. I don't think he looked the worst, it's fine. That team, you're playing a preseason style game offense versus a team that has to win the game, right? Like all hands on deck. Yes, they got Mason Rudolph out there, but everybody else is out there balling. Like they're trying to fight their way into the playoffs. So they had everything to play for. We didn't, and it was a 1-score game. So it is what it is. I don't take anything away from that.
You know what's cool about Tyler Huntley is even when you are trying to win the game, you still lose.
That's why he's a backup.
He's just not a good one. So they need to go ahead and let him go and see if he can find greener pastures somewhere else. And
most backups aren't good enough.
No, I know that's what I'm saying. But this isn't an argument with you. This is an argument with all of the Ravens fans who kept telling me, "Oh, they can trade him for a 2nd-round pick." Oh, Tyler Huntley good. Tyler Huntley just as good as Lamar.
Now,
Tyler Huntley trash.
Good point, B. I was gonna say that because there are a lot of people, who you are, that was like when Lamar was going through what he was going through with contract, we're like, hey, let him go. We don't need that much money. We Snoop just as good. Right. Some of y'all was out there. Some of y'all was out there. There's a certain fan that makes comments like that too.
Some of your favorite people you follow on social media was influencing you that way.
Right.
Some of them same people were saying, "Nah, we don't need to give up that 2nd-round pick. We don't need Derrick Henry. We got Gus."
We're gonna lead into that too. That was my second question, B. My second question was,
can I answer first?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So you know what? Jose has changed my mind. He's right. Tyler Huntley. No, Tyler.
All right,
Huntley,
end the show right there. Jose's right.
Tyler Huntley didn't play as bad of a game as I thought that he did, but he's not the answer. I was a little more upset that they didn't let Malik Cunningham get in there. Yeah, we need some names.
Names.
I was a little upset they didn't let Malik Cunningham get in there just to see what we had in him. Because
I can't believe they played.
He didn't play.
No, I mean quarterback.
Oh, okay.
Play quarterback, because looking at the game, we know what we're going to get out of Tyler Huntley. Like I said, he can't pass over 10 yards. So no team has to defend that far. But on top of that, you got Justice Hill dropping 16 passes in a game. How well can he do?
Bro,
okay, all right.
My issue was them sapsuckers would not take them bleepity bleep gloves off in the rain.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm about to break the base of my PlayStation.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Why was like, has technology changed in the last 21 years where gloves work in the rain?
No, coach. Even the Tactile gloves, when they get wet like that, they don't work as well. They don't work, but they still kept them on.
Look, let me say this as well.
The only one that took him off was
I think Talon.
Chris's son.
Who? Oh, Talon. Yeah,
Talon.
Yeah, Talon took him off.
Look, the scrutinizing of Tyler Huntley, there's no need for that. He's a backup, right? Who backed up Peyton Manning all those years?
Jim Sorgi.
Yeah, I know. That's not for you to answer.
Knew he was gonna know. Mr. Google over there.
All of us here know the answer. The people in the chat don't know the answer.
They were gonna be like, "Who?"
Thanks for snitching on us, telling our age. We all know who Jim Sorgi is. They don't know who Jim Sorgi is. Okay, that's the point.
Curtis
like,
Painter.
yeah, you get backups. You get backups that have no shot of a quarterback controversy. No, because they're not good. They're just there just to, just to be a clapper, right? Clap it up, hold the clipboard. They're not ever expected to actually get in the game. So Tyler Huntley is perfectly fine because he's never going to get in the game.
No, but he gets in the game all the time in Baltimore.
In garbage time, that's fine.
Stop speaking on the past.
No, I'm talking about when Lamar missed 5 and 6 games to end the season. Lamar missed the playoff game.
Yeah, garbage time because we're not going to win. If
the playoffs ain't garbage time.
Listen, if Lamar's not playing, you should have no reasonable expectation to win. So it is garbage time.
No, because I watched the team win a Super Bowl without their starting quarterback.
The New York Giants.
I mean, we watched a couple of them.
When this team,
but Coach giving away his age, I was talking about the Philadelphia Eagles. But no,
damn, Coach, what year was that? I never saw that.
But you should expect your.
Let me color this in a little bit.
You should expect your GM to find a backup, or at least try to find a backup who can keep you winning. If your starter goes out, it's difficult to do because they're backups for a reason. They're not starters. They're not year to year. A good backup one year is not going to be a good backup the next year.
Well,
right? Like Teddy Bridgewater was a good backup one year in New Orleans. He was a bad backup in Miami. They go up and down like that.
No, I hear you, B. But you're right. But one, you have to get lucky, right? But in two, you have to actually build your team,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like the Eagles had a lot of talent on that team, so Nick Foles can go in there and play effectively. We don't have that kind of team.
Supposed to.
No, yes.
And Nick Foles could deliver the football too.
Yeah,
he could deliver the football accurately. He wasn't, and he was Nick Foles was a decent backup.
Man had 7 touchdowns in the game.
He was a decent backup. He wasn't your average.
No.
Joe Blow. He wasn't Jared Stidham.
He was a decent backup if he was wearing that Kelly Green.
He
wasn't worth nothing anywhere else.
No, he was not.
True.
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of backup, we picked up a guy that seems to be well needed because of the ball handling issues Saturday. And I don't care about the rain. Melvin Gordon had been the guy that hadn't fumbled all year long, but the Melvin Gordon that we all know and do not love showed his face Saturday, and the Sun Gun fumbled in the first quarter, about 3 minutes left. We did not see him again until 13 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
So the picking up of Dalvin Cook, I love the move. How you guys feel about it?
Love it.
I honestly already forgot about it.
I
like it. I like it.
Hopefully he's got something left. He didn't look like he had much left in New York.
Horrible offensive line. What do you expect? It's the Jets.
I would, if he had something left, I would expect him to run better than he did. Like Breece Hall still runs well in New York.
If they give you 3 carries a game, what are you supposed to do?
Well, I mean, he had 13 the second week there. He didn't do anything with them. Like he just doesn't look like he has much left. His numbers had been going down over the last couple of years in Minnesota, which is why nobody wanted him in free agency to begin with.
He had 1,100 yards last year.
Yeah, which is fine. There are other numbers. besides the total rushing. I mean, yeah, that's true, Endo. I mean, and Josh Allen has the most yards in the league and the most touchdowns in the league, but he ain't the best quarterback in the league, is he?
Listening to Twitter, he is.
Well, yeah. one corner of Twitter.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's completely washed. I don't. I just think Breece Hall is just that dude.
I think with Dalvin Cook, you put him in the mix with our room of backs,
and Lamar,
and he's not what he used to be, but he's argumentatively in the mix for being the best back on the team.
I'm saying I hope that's who he is. He just didn't show it in New York, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we want to. I wish they had played him this past week.
I mean,
me too.
Yeah.
I mean, Coach, he is the best back on the team.
I think. Look,
sorry.
At
worst,
well, I mean, you have Dobbins and Mitchell are on the team.
No. Right? I'm talking about Hendo. You're talking about that's like can go out there and play right now, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got 4
backs. Yeah.
Okay, so let's take into account all of the backs on the team, even the hurt ones. Wow. To me, the best back on the team, including the hurt ones, is Mitchell.
It's hard for me to say.
Man had like 10.5 carries.
I'm going off potential though too.
Yes, I'm with you there, Coach. Like I want to say that, but I have, look, I gotta be more disciplined than that. I gotta, I gotta see more. Yeah, Mitchell obviously has that gameplay ability.
J.K. has played 4 more games than Keith Mitchell.
And this is the problem. This is the problem. The potential is what has us not having Derrick Henry right now.
Yeah, we can't rely on that. So like I gotta see him actually, be more consistent before I say he's that guy. Anybody can do it. Like this is the NFL. Anybody can have a hot game. Anybody.
Well, as I was saying, I remember a back by the name of Shamanga Biakabatuka who scored 3 touchdowns in 1 quarter against
AKA
Washington.
Tim.
And I thought he was about to be the greatest running back of all time. It didn't really work out that way.
Wait a minute. Say his full name.
Shamanga Biakabatuka.
I thought it was Timanga.
No, they called him Tim. People didn't like saying, his actual name because white, and so he was like, so he went by Tim Biakabatuka.
Okay, I never knew that was his full name.
Yeah.
You learn something every day.
Chris, bless you.
And he went to that school.
Never stop learning.
Went to that damn school.
What school? Florida State?
The one that's playing right now.
Michigan?
Yes.
Oh. Whatever.
Humbleness says eye test. Yeah, he passed the eye test, but not good enough.
Who are you talking about?
I think he's talking about
Keaton Mitchell.
No,
I think he could play for sure. But
I don't see how he I think Chris White said, I don't see how he messes up the offense. I thought he brought a different element to the offense.
He did.
Like you don't have because he can't block, don't make him a check down. And you can go from check down to touchdown with him. You can't go from check down to touchdown with any other back we got.
Nope.
No facts.
But
Justin's the most valuable back we got. We in trouble.
Right now, right. But all right, so now we've got the number 1 seed. I think Lamar has secured the MVP.
I'll tell you, man, listen. Dak was trying hard.
He was.
In them garbage time stats to pull that back.
You know what?
Dak need to go sit his ass down. Like that was embarrassing.
And what I love about it is I was in a league with this business that my friend owns, and they did their playoffs the last 2 weeks of the season, and I didn't realize it till Friday afternoon. And so I had won the first week, and I had kind of wrote it off thing because everybody else does theirs week 17, but I had Dak and CD.
Week 17.
That 3-point lead I had went up to 70 with Dak and CD. So I was glad that Dak was in there doing that, but they really was trying to get him some MVP points with that. And what if he got hurt? That'd have been sick.
Right. And that would have been the team to try to take him out.
Sick. He ended up with what? 4 touchdowns?
4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Yep.
Crazy.
Too late. It's too late. He does all his damage against weak teams, so nobody pays him any mind.
Let's see what Dunn C say. Guys, why are Ravens giving up so much in the run game? They almost refuse to have heavy boxes. It seems that they leave the middle open and bait teams. We just don't change personnel. We're gonna have 4 down linemen, we're gonna have 2 linebackers, and we're gonna have 5 DBs. We're not changing personnel until we get in goal line situation. We're not gonna do it.
They're gonna force the other team to commit to that style of play all game.
Yep.
And they won't.
Not gonna do it.
Right. Somebody's gonna have to say, okay, I'm gonna run the ball 99 million times. And NFL teams, they just don't want to do it because they all pass happy.
Yep.
Like the Rams. If the Rams would have continued to run the ball on us, they probably would have beat us.
The Dolphins, the 49, I'm not saying they would beat us, but they both of them, they gave up on a run and they were running on us. And he threw an interception.
Dolphins gave up on the run against Buffalo too.
Didn't they?
That 100 yards on 17 carries in the first half, and then ran it. 3 more times?
3 times in the second half.
Josh Allen was trying to give them the game.
Wasn't he?
All right, prognosis for the playoffs. So, 7 AFC playoff teams. Ravens obviously number 1.
Yep.
Bills 2.
Yep.
Who's 3?
Kansas City 3.
Kansas City's 3. Houston's 4.
Cleveland 5.
Cleveland 5.
Miami 6.
Miami 6.
Pittsburgh
Bills,
7.
Pittsburgh 7.
Okay, so I saw, I think Jameson Hensley or somebody tweet out the 4 possibilities for the Ravens to play next week: Houston, Cleveland,
Miami, and
Miami. Yeah, Miami, Pittsburgh. We shouldn't have a problem with any one of those teams.
Agreed.
Okay, so
one of them beat you twice.
Yes, I know. Yes, correct. I'm not worried about that. So here's what I'm thinking. Yeah, we get that win, and just be ready to play the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game in Baltimore. That's my prediction. And I don't care how the Chiefs looked all season. These guys have been to AFC Championship 5 years in a row.
Something like that.
If it's them, all hands on deck. You better take them seriously.
Right.
But my thing is, normally I'm like, there's a certain team, like, I don't want to play this team. Let's try to avoid this team. I don't feel like that this year. I feel like they should try to avoid us.
Of course.
I agree.
I'm not scared of any of them this year. Not saying that we shouldn't respect or be worried like, oh Lord. Like I'm not, there's no nervousness about any of these teams if we go out and do what we're supposed to do.
Right. Yeah, like they're kind of pointing at Buffalo as that team in the AFC. And like you said, Buffalo, Miami, they've got a lot of talent. Obviously they can beat Baltimore, but nobody's scared of Josh Allen and loves handing the ball to the other team as much as possible. Like, why would you be afraid of that?
Right. And my message is more towards John Harbaugh. We can sit back and just say, yeah, we should be able to handle. We should be able to handle any team in the NFL, any team. That Super Bowl, we should look at it as that's ours, and nobody's going to take it.
Right. Listen, exactly. I'm not scared of any of these teams, but the one thing that kind of, it's just a little noise in the back of my head is, out of the 6 other playoff teams, only Buffalo and Kansas City, those are the only 2 teams we haven't played. All other 4 teams, we've played them already. So, sometimes we have a little bit of trouble with playing people more than once, and we don't change up our scheme. So, but if we handle business the way that we should, this should be an easy road, Coach. We only got to win 2 games to get to the Super Bowl. 2 games to get to the Super Bowl. And one of them is going to be versus Pittsburgh, who we can beat. Cleveland, we can beat.
Well, Houston. Y'all gonna be real upset with Mason Rudolph carve y'all up on his way to the conference championship.
They gotta get past Buffalo first.
I'm gonna be mad as hell.
They gotta get past Buffalo
without TJ.
Right, without TJ.
Is he out for? Is he done?
He's not done.
But they said at least 2 weeks.
Couple weeks.
Oh yeah.
And they play this week though, right?
Yes.
Yes, they played
So-
Buffalo.
So a couple weeks would mean he done.
He done.
He done.
Right. So that's, I mean, I ain't the smartest one, but let's see. I had one more thing to talk
You
about.
want to talk about how Buffalo and Kansas City going to knock one of each other out? They're going to nullify one another.
I
it's either one-
really ain't scared of none of them cats.
Ain't
man.
scared of them, but either one. I want either one of them. I kind of want to be Kansas City because that's our nemesis, and they are the standard in the AFC. But I want Buffalo to face. I want to face Buffalo so we can shut them Bills fans up and all that talk about Josh Allen.
Bruh, look, like my wife, she watched the games with me when like on Sunday night and stuff like that.
Mhm.
She kind of be doing like in her phone and doing other stuff, and I'd be watching it as intensely as I do.
Mhm.
But anytime she noticed how much Chris Collinsworth gargles Josh Allen, it's the problem.
Right. It's a problem.
And I said gargle to be,
Nice.
PG.
To be nice about it.
13.
Be nice about it. All right.
to be PG-13, but y'all know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. The glazing that Collinsworth does on Josh Allen. Like
I'm gonna step back a little bit on Collinsworth only because he's the one that kind of started this national talk for Lamar during that Jaguars game. He was kind of one of the first ones in mainstream to be like, look, you can't look at the stats. You got to watch him.
I thought what's Colin started that. What's the dude that
Rodney?
that was Stephen A. Smith? Now?
Rodney.
Orlovsky.
The first one saying it.
Rodney Orlovsky.
Yeah.
Rodney Orlovsky. What's his face?
Damn.
Yeah, but no,
Rodney
him,
Orlovsky. Got to give both of them credit.
both
Yeah.
of them. But it was also the other guy. The one that was with Joyce Taylor.
Uh,
Colin Cowherd.
Paul Cowherd. He got on it. I think he just started doing that.
No, I mean he's always talked well about Lamar, but as far as the MVP push,
Yeah, like I mean, listen, I don't. It's not like I listen to this stuff every day, but when I first noticed it, and I heard people kind of parenting that was Collinsworth in that Jacksonville game when that one defender, he threw a fit because he couldn't get to Lamar and he threw that touchdown or the first down. He's just like, look, he's like, when you see stuff like that, that's what makes him the MVP. He's like, that doesn't show up in the stats, but that's why he's the best player in the league.
Kind of how Clowney and Myles Garrett was last year when they tried to chase him around and couldn't get to him. They were just walking off like old boy when he got punched and was headed to the car on Friday. Clowney and Garrett was walking to the car like Red. Probably get to the
told
car.
you about coming around here messing with these nice people.
Clowney walked over to Garrett. You want some too? Garrett. No. So on the NFC side, and we'll kind of wrap this thing up. Who y'all got coming out of the NFC?
Jeez.
I got a surprise for you.
I might because I can't in good faith pick the 49ers with Brock Purdy being the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles are frauds.
Frauds.
I can't pick Dallas again. Not after what Dak did to me last year.
Never.
I might have to say the Lions.
Do it. That's what it is.
The Lions.
Detroit.
I have to say
Okay.
Detroit.
What is it? 28? Number 28 was it 31?
They go.
I posted the list today. I had them at 31.
31. Yeah,
I
31.
had them at 31.
And they going to the Super Bowl.
I had them at 31.
I'm not as down on Brock Purdy. I think he's a guy. I don't think he's special, obviously, but he has all the weapons.
He does.
You do.
He has all the weapons. Like even in that blowout loss to us, those guys looked amazing.
They sure did. They sure did. They sure did. DMC had 100 plus. Kittle
had
100.
Kittle had 100.
Ayuk was breaking Brandon Stevens off.
There's only one other team that I look at, even though they didn't have a great year. There's only one other team I look at talent-wise, like, damn, that's the Rams.
They kept
And
it
I
close against us.
and I think the Rams will end up back in the Super Bowl.
Mm.
Everybody's healthy now. You got Puka Nacua. You know Puka Nacua has the most yards for a rookie.
Yes.
And catches.
1,400
And catches.
and catches.
CJ
Kyron-
Stroud rookie of the year, my ass.
You got Puka Nacua, right? Obviously Cooper Kupp, and you got Kyron Williams at running back, and they have a much better quarterback.
You know, I had the Rams.
Yeah.
32.
You didn't realize you were doing it in like reverse order at the time.
But I had the Rams way down there because they are so young. All them names you just named are first or second year people.
If you projected Puka Nacua to be one of the top wide receivers, you would have to play
play lottery
numbers. Yeah.
John Harbaugh did. He predicted it.
And why didn't you predict it on draft day?
Right.
Listen, he's walking around. Hey, tell everybody. Tell him. Didn't I say he was gonna be the one? And I'm sitting there like, why you didn't draft him then?
Right.
Yeah.
Why don't we get him first?
Because he's John Harbaugh.
It's crazy. I wanted to say the Rams. I did. Just thinking about like how they're playing football right now. But then I thought about it. They have one of the choke artist supremes on their team.
Matt Stafford.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say the Rams.
I mean, they still won a Super Bowl with him though.
They did. But
listen, nobody's in the NFC is going to win the Super Bowl. We're just talking about who's going to get
there. You're right. Well, hold on.
I'm going to stick with the guy that has the most weapons.
Okay.
Right.
No.
Wait.
Talking about Jared Goff.
Jared Goff. Boy, IvanEvans St.
Does Goff have more weapons?
Brown, Jameson Williams, Sam Laporta, Jahmyr Gibbs.
Laporta's done.
Wait.
Laporta's done.
Is he done for the year? I thought he was out for a couple weeks.
We call Jameson Williams a weapon now?
No, Jameson Williams is not a weapon.
No, he's figuring it. They're figuring out ways to get him the ball now. He is a weapon.
No. They throw the ball to two people.
No. They throw to Josh Reynolds. So
barely.
But they will. But with Laporta out now,
barely.
Now we don't know who to guard.
How about them Cowboys?
Khalif Raymond. That's no coach. Don't do it, coach.
How about them Cowboys?
You know what? This is the year for them.
How about them Cowboys?
If they're gonna do it, it has to be now. They have to get over that hump of San Francisco. I don't know how they're gonna do that.
I mean, I don't know how you say he got more weapons than
that's called lying.
But I was fine with it. I saw somebody asking how one reason why Dak would be, or why Lamar is the MVP over Dak. And it's because the Cowboys have a losing record against playoff teams, and he should have bet against San Francisco and
Miami
and Buffalo.
Well, look at the teams. Look at the same teams that they played, and look how Dak performed versus how Lamar performed.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And when I say weapons, I was kind of thinking about the defensive guys too, because their defense is.
DeRon Bland, he got a lot. He got more touchdowns than anybody on Carolina's offense.
But he got 6.
Yes,
I think he finished with 5.
5 or 6.
Crazy. Now, last question for you guys, and we're gonna wrap.
Hold on, coach.
I'm sorry.
Hold on, coach. Before we go, I'm sorry, I didn't mean.
Go ahead. No.
But I'm sitting here and I'm looking at and I'm thinking to myself, and it just hit me. I'm looking at all these people in the comments and not saying it's them talking about the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't y'all the same? Well, not you all, but aren't these people the same ones that said, nah, the Rams can't be anything because they're giving up all this draft capital? Why would we follow their model? And then possibly going back to their third Super Bowl. So that can't be true, coach. It can't be right. I'm seeing stuff.
You can bring out receipts from about a year ago.
A team.
Bringing out receipts.
A team that coined the phrase "F them picks,"
Right.
that gives up 2-3 years worth.
Going that way,
picks,
you at
right? Turns around and finds the best wide receiver in the draft.
One of the best running backs.
Their last first round pick was a starting quarterback for the Detroit Lions, 2014, Jared Goff. Right? Like they haven't picked in the first round since then, I don't think.
Right.
That's crazy.
But that's what
it's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing what you do when you take those lottery tickets and say, no, I'll take a proven player, please.
And look, we need to clip this part, Coach. I need you to clip this part because we're going to have this conversation in the offseason about what the Ravens need to do. And I already told Hendo why I don't need to see the Ravens re-sign anybody, right? Because, EDC's that GM. He's that guy, right?
Yep.
We spent a lot of draft capital on some guys that we don't have that expectation of them to perform. It's time for them to have that expectation like the Rams do.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. Now, Saturday was the first day that I didn't come out with a Jabo Pickens joke, because Pickens did Jack SH. You know what?
Yeah.
Right. Saturday was the first day I was able to not bring one of them jokes out. But normally them jokes come out because
still
we ain't got nothing out of that.
Still had 1,300 yards receiving on the year.
He did. But
see the breaking news here.
What
breaking news? What we got?
John Morant's out for the season.
What?
He shot himself?
John, come on,
God damn, bro.
God, come on, dog. God.
No, he did not shoot himself. The Memphis Grizzlies today announced the following medical update for John Morant. At Saturday's training session, Morant suffered a subluxation of his right shoulder. Following ongoing soreness and instability, Morant underwent an MRI that revealed an underlying labral tear. Morant will undergo season-ending surgery and is expected to make a full recovery ahead of next season.
Ouch.
Boy, I was excited to see him dunk on some folks in Paris.
Whew. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what he gets, jumping 60 inches in the air against the Lakers all the
time.
Well, his legs are still intact.
Right. That's wild. That's wild. Yeah. I almost forget my question now because that's crazy. I hate injuries, man.
Yeah.
I hate injuries on even on teams that I like that I don't like.
Right.
Yeah, he was playing so well.
Yeah.
Oh, here's my question. All right. So reports came out today that people want to interview Monken, Mike McDonald, and
Anthony Weaver.
What is this team going to look like next year?
Well, me and I have been talking about this. This is a huge test for EDC this offseason because, there's a lot of performances on the defense you can argue where, from people you weren't expecting to contribute that much, right? And you can say, hey, maybe that's Mike McDonald, right? And if he's gone, how's the defense going to look? Then you look on the other side, you got 19 million in cap room. It looks like projected. And that's even with the increase in the cap. And they've got holes, on all over the O-line. They got Patrick Queen, they got Matabike, they got Clowney. They got Geno Stone all hitting free agency, and it's going to be I know it's going to be very tough, and they're going to have a lot of decisions to make. And this is why we kind of look and say we don't really think DaCosta did such a great job because this isn't a end of the line. Let's throw it all out there to try and win a ring type of team, right? Your quarterback just turned 27.
Right.
He just won his second MVP. Like this should be the beginning of the window, really, right?
Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins. We got a lot of free agents.
I don't want to say the window's closed. The window's open if you got Lamar, but it's like the team's not built for to ascend in the future right now. They look like they have a lot of areas to rebuild.
You do. It's a lot of free agents.
So okay, we all kind of feel like McDonald probably want to get a job, right? I'm not too worried about that. We can find a good defensive coordinator. In fact, Anthony Weaver, Anthony Weaver, that's somebody we felt like should have gotten the job over McDonald.
True.
But they could find defensive coordinator, and we got some good talent on the team. Okay, so will the defense be as good as it is this year? Probably not, but it doesn't mean it's not going to be good. Even with the players that me and B assume at least aren't going to be re-signed. We don't think Patrick Queen's coming back. We don't think Matt PK is coming back. Obviously,
both of them gone.
Yes,
I think they're going to try and re-sign Matt BK. I don't think they should.
I think the minute they signed Broderick Washington, they made the decision. on which one they wanted to keep. I think when they traded for and signed Roquan Smith, they made the decision on what they wanted to do at linebacker. They're not going to pay 2 linebackers. I don't think they're going to pay 2 D linemen. And they just re-signed.
It'll be 3D linemen.
Yeah,
They just re-signed Pierce.
Yeah. So I don't think they're bringing back Matt at BK. And that's fine. Look, you pay Broderick Washington. You drafted Travis Jones. It's next man up. You drafted Trenton Simpson with the 3rd round pick. Next man up. We're good at safety. I mean, Geno Stone. We like having it here, but
non-Pro Bowl Geno Stone.
I know that's ridiculous.
Nasty
But we spent a lot of draft picks. We spent a lot of draft picks. I mean, we talk about Pepper Williams.
Jalen
Ahmed Davis.
Ooh. Right.
Brandon Stevens, who's playing
brother.
well. But we spent a lot of draft picks. Obviously, even at edge rusher. We're saying bring back. Look, listen, Clowney, Van Noy. Obviously, I don't have any problem bringing them back. But you spent a 1st and 2nd round pick on that position. And we shouldn't be sitting here saying,
I thought you was about to say another name.
Coach's favorite.
That's your favorite. You coined his new name.
What's his new name?
Injured Bo.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
no. I thought you were talking about Tavis Robinson.
He all right. I mean, he all right.
Injured Bo, that guy.
A lot of draft capital. We're not talking about these aren't like 5th, 6th, 7th round picks. You're talking about 1st, 2nd, 3rd. 4th round picks. These are high picks that were spent on that side of the ball. It's time to hashtag defund the defense. All right. We don't have that many resources left, right? And that needs to go towards the offense. You spent a lot on that defensive side. If they take a small step back, it'll be okay as long as you protect Lamar and give him his weapons. We'll be fine.
Okay. So let me ask you this question: What weapons? Where should that money go offensively?
I'm glad you asked that, Coach. I'm so glad you asked that.
So he was waiting on that, huh?
Okay, so I don't know how many of you guys.
I guess I've been missing out on some conversations.
So in Minnesota, there's a wide receiver called Justin Jefferson who turned down a long-term deal from the team. Okay. It is my belief that he wants out and they are going to ship him out because look, Minnesota, one thing they can do well is if find wide receivers. Jordan Addison is that dude. Okay. I think that it right now it's not widely known or talked about, but I think that's a team that the Ravens should be active in saying, hey, tell us what you want for Justin Jefferson and make it happen. Okay. We got draft picks. We got Mark Andrews. We got
they're going to trade for a backup tight end.
Hey, 2 tight ends. Okay, you get another target there. Listen, we got some nice pieces here. Right. Tell us what you want and get Justin Jefferson over here. That's the weapon I would like to see us get. If not that, I think this is a good year to trade up in the draft and get a playmaker. Or if you see an answer at tackle, you see a tackle like, hey, this guy can be the future at left or right tackle, do that. But trade up and get some sure talent. Don't just get a guy that you think is filling the spot. Get somebody that can be a difference maker on that side of the ball.
Did you see the video of Justin Jefferson where they tried to speculate that he said, "Get me to San Francisco"?
No, they don't have any room for you over there. Come to Baltimore.
Hey,
San Francisco. It's not even that warm over there.
Right, one purpose for another. Right.
Why do people keep talking about get Michael Thomas? For what? When is the last time he played? When is the last time he played?
When did he grow up?
Slant
boy. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, those picks need to go to the O-line. They got to rebuild the O-line. And then in free agency, I mean, if I'm Baltimore, I might target Saquon.
Oh, yeah.
No, you know where T. Higgins is playing. That's already done. I don't know why you keep talking like that. It's real
Look,
disrespectful.
Stephen A. Smith, Michael Jordan, Derek Jeter. That's a who's who in that box. A lot of money in that box.
Just like T. Higgins to Baltimore. A lot of money.
I'd be all for Saquon coming here.
Now, I know this. We do after this, but I got to ask a question because I'm not versed in the cap. The years that Odell has, like the void years. If Odell, because he has a 1 year deal, but I know he has those void years.
Right.
How does that work?
If he retires or they cut him, I believe the hit is what, 19 million.
Time around that. Yep.
Yeah.
So they got to extend him.
And
so if he retires still,
yep. Hey B, how much cap room we gonna have next year?
About 19 million.
There we go. So we win a Super Bowl, and Odell says, "I'm done." We're starting off at zero.
They gonna pay Odell.
Listen, you know what? You know the good thing about doing the deal with void years, you could do it with another. Okay.
Yeah. Kick that can on down the road.
You know who you know what the Saints are working with next year?
Zero, probably.
Oh no.
No.
They ain't been at zero in a decade. They would love to see zero.
It's they are 70 million over the cap.
But guess what, Coach? I guarantee you, a month into the offseason, they'll have 30 million. Man, that's how they do it every year.
Taysom Hill going to have another $100 million deal
with a 16-year, $100 million, and somehow it's going to break the cap. Like they do it every year.
You're going to have 10 voidable years.
They need the voidably cut slant boy.
Yeah,
because he ain't doing nothing. They got two Pro Bowl receivers.
Hey,
Olave and
Shaheed made the Pro Bowl.
Shaheed, he a returner though. Shaheed made it as a returner.
Right.
So, but I like Shaheed with that speed.
Yeah.
Everybody out there, listen. Smash. We got 161 in here. Smash that like button. Get us to 100 likes before we get up out of here. But before we get up out of here, Hendo, let everybody know what's going on with your channel, what you got going on, what's going on in the Rogue Pod, what's going on.
All right, you can catch me at the Rogue Pod where we do a live stream every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Myself, Brad, and whomever else decides to join us. Also, you can catch me on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. on Electric Relaxation with Mr. Galloway, talking all things hip hop, especially the old school. Then after that at 9:45, you can catch me on the Steel Conspiracy on Suge Knight 323's channel with Brodney talking Steelers, Ravens, Panthers. And I think that's it right now.
No, that's not it. Because on coming up this week, this Thursday, if y'all don't know, it's Hendo's birthday. Hendo's going to be having a birthday stream on Thursday. So, come on by to the Rogue Pod, drop a donation, say happy birthday to Hendo. He's not going to recognize you. He hitting them dementia years, but it's, it'll be nice just to have everybody around.
Hey, I want to step in right now. You can't say Hendo hitting dementia years.
Right. Somebody right behind me.
You cannot say that.
I can't.
Somebody's right behind
me. No, you cannot. Hendo is nowhere close to dementia years.
Facts.
Man.
Nowhere close.
I don't know.
Nowhere close.
I heard it's like 73, 74.
Nowhere close to dementia years. Hendo's in the prime of his life.
You're not that old, Hendo?
Hendo's in the prime of his life.
This will be my last year in my 30s.
Right.
But for real this time.
You know what? Come by Thursday, see how old he really is.
I got one obligation, but I definitely be there for that one too. That first obligation ain't but 15 minutes. I just don't know the time slot yet.
T-Dog says, why does Andrews have to be traded? He doesn't have to be, but by any means necessary to get Justin Jefferson.
Right.
Okay. But come the off season, I'm not saying that they should or will move on from Mark Andrews, but that's one of the contracts they can move. They can save, I think, $5 million cutting Mark Andrews or moving Mark Andrews. And if Isaiah Likely continues to play the way he's played, why would you not?
Mm-hmm. There's going to be a lot of willing and dealing going on.
Yeah, you drafted Charlie Kohler the same time as Isaiah Likely. Mm-hmm. And we had talked about it before the season. If Likely had a breakout year, look for them to maybe move Mark Andrews as they try to reduce that salary, because Ronnie Stanley is the highest paid player on the team next year, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't really cut Ronnie Stanley.
I see. He's responding to somebody.
Oh, okay.
Somebody saying that he has to be traded.
Oh no, he does that.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, if you want to answer that question, we can pick any tight end to drop passes and drop touchdowns in the playoffs for cheaper money.
Unfair.
Anybody can do that. I can do that.
I'm not rushing to get Mark Andrews up out of here. I'm not. But like B said, it all depends on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Some money got just long story short, some money got to be moved around by some people.
Yeah.
The most important thing is not having Mark Andrews back, is not having Patrick Queen back, is not having Matt BK back. It's making sure that O-line can protect Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's the most important thing coming out of this offseason.
Right.
Yep.
The older he get, the less he's gonna run, the more protection he's gonna need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So his arm talent can shine.
Man, we need a left guard. We need a right guard.
We need everything but
right
a center.
tackle.
We need everything but a center.
Left tackle.
So
for the future. Yeah.
Don't you mention that V name either. Jose and B, what y'all got going on?
Yes, we are the Lunch Break Hot Take. We do a live show every Wednesday night at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Follow that up by the Overtime Show, which you can find on our Patreon at patreon.com/LBHT Show. And you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at LBHT Show, and Blue Sky. If you have Blue Sky, we're on Blue Sky at LBHT Show. And also myself, Brodney, and OTR Mike have a boxing channel called Ring Kings Podcast. They would tell you is only the best boxing podcast out there, but don't research that. Okay. Just subscribe and take our word for it. Okay. More content is coming soon. We uploaded something a couple weeks ago. We're going to do some more stuff here very soon. Also, speaking of OTR Mike, he's not here, but he has a podcast, Open Mic with OTR Mike. It is the podcast where it is where
the mic is open.
Mic is open. I see. He hasn't put anything out so long. I forgot. It's where the mic is open for any conversation, no matter who it is, where it is, or what it is. Mikey, aka Coach OTR Mike, is with the rest of the OTR crew, OTR Brandon and OTR Quan. They are coaching high school basketball right now. So shout out to them. That's why there hasn't been anything out in a while. But as the season starts to wind down, he will be back in the lab and he's going to be putting out a whole lot of content for you. I guarantee it.
Shout out to those guys. And shout out to you, Chris. Get well soon. Chris has been in the chat box. He was under the weather today, but took some PTO. So we'll have him back here in 2 weeks because we don't play this week. so we'll probably be on PTO. Well, it won't be PTO because we don't have no show next week. But what was that?
Oh. You remember that senator? They asked him a question. He's like,
Howard Dean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
and to think where we are right now, that ruined his career.
Yeah.
He was done.
Hey, that really scared me because you was froze, so I ain't know where it came from. I thought something had messed up or something. I was confused for a minute. But hey, let me get y'all likes before we get up out of here. I appreciate everybody for coming through. So Thursday, I will let y'all in. Thursday, you got the birthday stream going on, right, Hendo? Is that because you didn't confirm or deny?
I'm assuming so because they keep telling me I am.
All right. So I got 15 minutes on Bobby's marathon stream. I just don't know my time slot yet.
Nice.
Look, send us a DM. Let us know so we can put the bat signal out because we want to raid that stream. Let them know how we represent.
Thanks. I appreciate it. So once I know my time slot, I'll let everybody know. And then we'll go and come right back into whatever time the birthday stream is and go over there and hang out. Damn, I had something else I was gonna say. I forgot. But that's all I got, man. Hey, make sure you stay here. I'll be dropping stuff with my different point of view with my camera pointed with my little thing. You know, I got the separate angle going when I get him down.
Right.
With my different commentary going. So I'll be dropping the talking videos throughout the week because I'm trying to get better at that. for when the season's over with. I don't have as much film. I'm gonna start the draft process soon. People in the Discord, I sent a Google form of the guys I'm gonna start with, and it's really the top guys I'm gonna start with, so you can kind of keep up with that. And I'll be linking the videos in that form, so we'll go that way. And I also put on the More Sip the Tally channel a poll, like which group you want me to start with. So that's what I'll be doing here over the next 2 to 3 weeks, but definitely working with our content. And you won't really get a lot of draft content until the Ravens win the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when it really be hot and heavy. It may be a person or two here and there, especially on that More Sip the Tally channel, but you won't get a lot. It won't be hot and heavy until February when we win the Super Bowl. So that's where we at. Again, follow me on More Sip the Tally here. If you have not subscribed, please do so. We all have Patreon. Mine is patreon.com/Sip the Tally. Lunch break, or is it patreon.com/LBHT show, or is it just LBHT?
Yep, LBHT show.
And then patreon.com/Rogue Pod, correct?
Just Rogue, ROUG.
All right. And now, for those that are Patreons of Hendo and Lunch Break Hot Take, April 6th, talk about it real quick.
Yes. Go ahead, Hendo. April 6th, we're going someplace.
April 6th, we are doing a stadium tour at M&T Bank Stadium for all our patrons, free of charge. We're going to do a little tour. It takes about an hour and a half, hang out a little bit afterwards, get something to eat. You know, it's going to be like a mini meet and greet, kind of, sort of. But it's just for the patrons. And it's your channel too, Coach. So anybody that's in Baltimore around that time.
And there are limited slots, so it's first come, first serve.
Yeah, so let us
You
know.
sound real confident over there, Coach, with January Joe lurking. Real confident about that Super Bowl win.
We are confident.
That's right. That's right.
All I heard is Joe Flacco unstoppable come January.
So April 6th, you want to hang out with us at the home of the soon-to-be Super Bowl champions. Okay,
That's gonna be so nice. After they win the Super Bowl, and we're gonna be there to see the banner and everything. It's gonna be sweet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. What up, Mike?
Oh, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Coach Mike?
Let's see what Mike say.
No, Mike. What? No.
You can't resign. You can't resign. Make it through the season.
You gotta see it through, Mike. You gotta see it through.
Do I need to dust up my whistle? I'll be
you gotta
there.
see it through. You gotta see it through, big dog. Hey, but that's all I got, and we gonna probably hit Mike backstage. If you at home, Mike, join the overtime show that ain't for everybody. That's just us for us, so we can see what you talk about. If you need the vent, we here. But everybody else, we'll see y'all. Enjoy the rest of the national championship game. Appreciate y'all. Enjoy the rest of your week. Peace and love.
Deuces.